Hello, everyone. Today, I want to share with you why I sew and the benefits that come from making your own clothing. I've been sewing the majority of my clothing for a couple of years now. I found that doing so has positively affected my mental health, my environmental impact, my personal style, my relationships, and my wallet. I started sewing when I was pregnant with my daughter. I decided that I wanted to try making a dress for her, and I really enjoyed that project, so naturally it led to wanting to make something for myself. The first garment I made myself was this linen dress. It's the everyday dress, a free pattern from Peppermint magazine. It has a soft, oversized silhouette that was a pleasure to wear postpartum. Making this dress felt like a form of self-care, as I was making something that was comfortable for my changing body, and I took my time to make it well. This leads me to the first benefit I want to share that comes from making your own clothing. You can make garments that are custom fit to your body. Our bodies are constantly growing and changing, and sewing allows you to make and alter garments that fit your current body. Learning to sew allows you to make small adjustments to garments, like taking them in or letting out a waistband, hemming a pair of trousers that's too long, etc. You have the skills to alter ready-to-wear or thrifted items, as well as to make articles of clothing that can be adjusted to your body as it changes in the future. It's comforting and empowering. Clothing is meant to fit you and your body, and not the other way around. Sewing allowed me to see and embrace that fully. This leads me to the second benefit from making your own clothing, which is you can experiment and find your personal style. In addition to being able to make clothing that fits really well, sewing allows you to experiment with so many different elements of clothing in order to find what suits you best. You begin to learn which fabrics are most comfortable for your body, which styles express how you want to feel, how you want to be seen, and how you feel about yourself. Making clothing is incredibly personal, and learning what you are most comfortable and confident in, and then being able to make those things at a really high quality finish feels like an act of self-love. Which is number 3. Sewing for yourself and for others is an act of love. You are worthy of well-made, high-quality clothing, and you're capable of making it. Additionally, being able to make something for a loved one that you know is quality, you know it's made of quality materials, and that it will be able to fit them well is a wonderful gift to give. Speaking of high-quality clothing that is made of quality materials and is made to last, number 4 is you can make items of clothing that you can't afford to buy off the rack. It's easy to say that purchasing clothing off the rack is less expensive than making your own, and that is true if you're buying inexpensive, low-quality, fast fashion pieces. We all know that you can fill a bag full of these types of pieces for a very low cost. However, if shopping sustainably and ethically is important to you, and if you're looking at higher quality designer brands or slow fashion brands, a lot of us are not able to afford the high price tag that comes along with quality materials, ethically sourced materials, and paying workers a livable wage. Enter sewing. You can make these garments for yourself at a fraction of the cost. One example I have of this is this pair of Rudy Jude utility jeans. I recently made a dupe of these using the Helene jeans pattern by Anna Allen, and I documented the process in this video. The total cost for this pair of jeans, including the pattern, which I already owned and has other views such as shorts and a wide leg, but if you were to purchase that pattern just to make this dupe, as well as fabric for it, everything was less than $50, and the Rudy Jude jeans come in at $250. That's just one example. There are many others that I have made dupes of designer items. The cost of fabric will be considerably less than the cost of one of these expensive garments. And of course, the time spent making it is your own, so you're not paying for labor. Learning to sew gives you access to quality clothing at a lower cost because you're doing the work yourself. Another benefit from making your own clothing is that the time spent creating is time well spent. Making something with your own hands is incredibly rewarding. In today's age of near constant screen time, taking some time away from that to intentionally create something physical with your hands that takes focus and slow action and precision and careful thought is incredibly good for your mental health. As a mom of 2 young children, I don't often get hours of uninterrupted time to myself, and sewing has been a wonderful way to feel that I am nurturing my creative side, even if it is only done in small increments of time that I find throughout my week. I know that a lot of you will probably relate that when you get a few moments to yourself, if you spend these moments in quiet activity that is away from a screen, you feel better for it. And you feel more rested and more encouraged than if you had just scrolled for a half hour. So, number 5, sewing is good for your mental health. Number 6, sewing breeds community. Something that I didn't expect when I started making clothing for myself was that developing this hobby would lead to new friendships and to community. I've made lots of friends online through Instagram and on this platform just by sharing what each of us are working on, sharing tips and tricks learned along the way, and these friendships have been really fulfilling. Additionally, I've developed relationships with the women who work at my local fabric store, and you can meet people for sewing classes and workshops in person as well. Finally, I have to end with number 7, which is sewing is fun. It's such a pleasure to envision a garment or a wardrobe even, and then to be able to make that with your own hands. To know that the items of clothing you create will fit you well, will be made with materials that you're comfortable in and that will last, and to be able to make gifts for others as well. It's very rewarding and it's a pleasure to do. So I hope that this video has inspired you. If you're already someone who sews regularly, or if you've never tried it and are interested in giving it a go, I hope that you feel encouraged. It's a doable, learnable, approachable craft, and one that is incredibly rewarding. If you enjoyed today's video, please consider giving a like and a subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what sewing brings to your life, and I will see you in the next one.